couple things that you need. For one, obviously a coaster. Got this at the Dollar Tree and it already has the cork on the back. If you find some that don't have cork on the back, they do make cork like this that you can buy at Hobby Lobby or something, but when you cut it, it's very hard to get a fine edge, so you may just want to use felt if you can't find any with a backing, or you can just make it where it doesn't have a backing, but I think it's a little nicer with the backing. So you are going to need this. You want to take your photo, which is my dog and my mom's dog, and that way you can adhere it and it'll be a personalized coaster, which is really cute. You're also going to need Mod Podge, and this particular one is the matte one. And this is not fully waterproof, so when you use it as a coaster, you do have to put the sealant on the top, but I'll show you that later on in the video. Also, to adhere it, I use a kitchen spatula like this, because if you use a brush or like a sponge, the glue dries into it and then you can't reuse it. With this, you can wash it and wipe it off really quick, and then the glue won't stick all over and be really messy. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is when you have some newspaper or something down to put your project on so you don't make a big mess everywhere, is take your spatula and just get a little bit of the Mod Podge onto the spatula, just about this amount. And then you're going to rub that all over the surface of your coaster. And don't worry if it goes a little bit over the sides, but try not to get it too much on the sides. Don't worry about this being very neat. Just do a thin layer. And don't worry about this being white, as it is going to dry clear. Okay, so next you're going to, after you've cut your photo to the size, I try to keep it very close to the coaster size, although you could do it where it's smaller. It will still go on there. You should have done that first. I've already done that. You want to just lay the photo on top and place it where you want it and press down. I've seen on a lot of different tutorials where they get a squeegee or something and make sure there's no air bubbles or something. I've never seen any air bubbles or anything with this, so that's really not necessary. But then I do just kind of take my finger and make sure that the corners are really down. We're spreading a little Mod Podge on the top of them and really pressing the corners down. Okay, so next you want to get some more Mod Podge and do another layer onto the coaster, pretty much as thin as humanly possible. And as I said, it is going to dry clear, so don't worry if it's a little white. Once you get some on there, you are going to need to smooth it over a bit better with your finger. And as I said, you can use a brush, and the brush works really well to smooth it over, but you won't be able to use the brush again because you can't wash out all of the glue, so I wouldn't recommend that. I just use my finger and rub it over so that there's no big clumps. Oh, sorry, my dogs are getting a little crazy. They're kind of just playing around. Anyway, just get your finger and smooth everything over, and make sure that you really get the edges well. And if you happen to go over the sides a little bit too much, just clean it up with your finger like that, and I just rub it back into the jar. The next thing that you'll want to do is have a separate area laid out. I have some foil down over here. You could use newspaper or anything you like, and leave your coaster there to dry until it looks all the way clear. And it will probably take a good 20-30 minutes before it's dry and it looks clear. After that, you'll go on to the next step. Okay, now we're in my garage where I have some coasters ready that I've already dried. So you can see once the glue is dry, it actually looks really nice. The edges are all down. So then the next thing that you're going to want to do is take this Podge Matte Acrylic Sealer. It's a big spray bottle. You want to shake it up really well. I do this a lot harder when I'm not on video. And just spray a very thin layer all over your coasters. You can do more than one at a time, which I would recommend. You just want to spray them with a very thin layer. Don't brush it or anything. Just spray it and leave it to dry for about 30 minutes. After you do that, come back and spray it again. And you want to do this for 5 more times. So you want to have 5 layers of your acrylic sealer to make sure that it's pretty well waterproofed. So after your 5 layers have dried, there's nothing more to do with the project. It should be complete, all the edges should be down, and you're good to go. And I would just recommend, if you're going to give this as a gift, to just give a set of 4 or maybe even more, so, 6 coasters, and that way you'll have a little set. And just another tip that I didn't do but I have seen online that's really cute. Let's say you're going to make a set for your mom. On 3 of the coasters you can put the letters M, and then the next one O, the next one M, with some little scrapbook letters and Mod Podge over it before you do the spray to make a saying, or you can put any kind of words that you want. I've done that here on some larger tiles, so it'll come out something like this. They're really cute, and these I'm going to actually put on some little plate stands, and then give, for my gift, 1 of these and a set of 4 coasters. So hopefully all my friends and family will like that when they receive it this year for the holidays. And let me know if you liked the video by giving it a thumbs up if you liked it. I hope you all learned something and will recycle my idea.